The morning sun filters through the dense canopy of trees as the jungle stirs to life. Birds sing, monkeys chatter, and the rivers flow steadily. In the heart of the jungle, we find Mowgli, a human boy raised by wolves, sprinting through the forest. He weaves through the underbrush, scaling trees with practiced ease, and leaps across rocks with the precision of a jungle cat. He is both human and animal, a strange mix that causes both awe and suspicion among the creatures of the jungle. Mowgli arrives at Council Rock, where the wolf pack has gathered to start their day. His adoptive mother, Raksha, watches him with pride, while Akela, the wise and respected alpha wolf, instructs the young wolves on hunting techniques. Mowgli attempts to imitate the wolves, but his movements, though quick, are human. He fashions a simple sling from a vine, using it to knock fruit from trees. Though his creativity is impressive, Akela watches with concern. "You are different, Mowgli," Akela says, not unkindly. "The jungle has rules, and those rules must be followed." Mowgli struggles with this advice. He is a part of the pack, yet not fully accepted as one of them. He feels the weight of his human nature and the conflict it brings. The jungle's peace is abruptly shattered as Shere Khan, a fearsome tiger with scars running down his face, stalks through the trees. His presence is immediately felt by all, the animals. The wolves grow tense, and silence falls over Council Rock. Shere Khan's low growl rumbles through the clearing as he emerges, his predatory gaze locked onto Mowgli. Shere Khan's hatred for humans runs deep. He was scarred by a hunter's fire, and now, seeing Mowgli, the man-cub, stirs his old grudges. He steps forward, his voice dripping with malice. "The jungle is no place for a man," Shere Khan snarls. "Hand over the boy, or I will make the jungle run red with your blood." Akela stands his ground, refusing to surrender Mowgli. The wolves are a family, and Mowgli is one of them. But Shere Khan's threat lingers, and the tension between the tiger and the wolves is palpable. Shere Khan, confident in his strength, issues a chilling warning before disappearing back into the shadows. "I will return, and when I do, the man-cub will be mine." After Shere Khan's departure, the wolf pack gathers in a somber meeting. The fear in the air is tangible, and Mowgli can feel the tension in his family. Akela knows that Shere Khan will not rest until Mowgli is dead. Despite their love for Mowgli, the wolves know that keeping him will endanger the entire pack. Raksha pleads for Mowgli to stay, her heart breaking at the thought of losing her son. "He is my child," she says fiercely, "and I will protect him with my life." But Akela knows the jungle's law is unyielding. The pack cannot survive a war with Shere Khan. In a quiet, sorrowful moment, it is decided that Mowgli must leave. Mowgli, devastated but understanding, agrees to leave the only home he has ever known to protect his family. Bagheera, the black panther who found Mowgli as an infant, steps forward. He promises to guide Mowgli to the man village, where he will be safe from Shere Khan's wrath. With a heavy heart, Mowgli sets off on his journey, leaving behind the wolf pack and the only life he has known. Bagheera leads Mowgli through the jungle's thick, tangled vines and towering trees. As they walk, Bagheera imparts his wisdom, teaching Mowgli about the laws of the jungle and the importance of survival. Mowgli listens closely, but his heart aches. He is leaving behind his family, his home, and everything familiar. During their journey, they encounter a herd of majestic elephants. Bagheera bows respectfully, explaining to Mowgli that the elephants are revered as the true rulers of the jungle. The elephants move with grace, their sheer size and power a reminder of the jungle's untamed beauty. Mowgli watches in awe, his eyes wide with wonder. For a brief moment, the sadness in his heart is lifted as he witnesses the grandeur of the jungle. However, the peace does not last long. As they travel deeper into the jungle, danger approaches in the form of Kaa, a massive python with a hypnotic gaze. Kaa's voice is soft and alluring, and she weaves a tale of the red flower, fire, showing Mowgli visions of how humans have destroyed the jungle in the past. Kaa's words are mesmerizing, and Mowgli, entranced, is caught in her coils. Just as Kaa tightens her grip, Bagheera attacks, freeing Mowgli from her deadly embrace. They manage to escape, but Kaa's warning about the red flower lingers in Mowgli's mind. The vision of fire destroying the jungle leaves him troubled. As dawn breaks, Mowgli and Bagheera continue their journey, but Shere Khan has been watching, and in a sudden ambush, the tiger attacks. A fierce battle ensues between Bagheera and Shere Khan, but Bagheera is injured, and Mowgli is forced to flee into the jungle alone. Shere Khan roars in frustration, vowing to hunt Mowgli down. Mowgli, now lost and frightened, stumbles upon Baloo, a large, carefree bear who lives by the river. Baloo is laid back and easygoing, and he offers Mowgli a deal. If Mowgli helps him gather honey from the cliffs, Baloo will provide him protection from the dangers of the jungle. Mowgli and Baloo form an unlikely friendship, and Mowgli enjoys the freedom of living with Baloo. They swim in the river, climb trees, and feast on honey. Baloo teaches Mowgli the simple joys of life, urging him to forget his troubles and live by the bare necessities. Mowgli, for the first time since leaving the wolves, feels a sense of peace. However, Mowgli's sense of belonging is challenged. Once again, when the mischievous Bandar log monkeys capture him and take him to their king, a giant orangutan named King Louie. Louie, greedy and ambitious, wants the red flower for himself, believing it will make him the most powerful creature in the jungle. He offers Mowgli a deal. If Mowgli brings him the red flower, Louie will make him king of the jungle. Mowgli refuses, horrified by the idea of using fire. Louie grows angry and chaos erupts as Baloo and Bagheera arrive to rescue Mowgli. The ancient temple crumbles as they escape, leaving King Louie buried beneath the ruins. After the harrowing escape, Mowgli begins to realize the importance of facing Shere Khan head-on. He knows that running will not solve his problems. He decides to return to the wolf pack, ready to confront Shere Khan once and for all. Bagheera and Baloo, though worried for Mowgli's safety, agree to help him. Mowgli returns to his wolf family. Reuniting with Raksha and the pack, he shares his plan to defeat Shere Khan. Using his human ingenuity and the knowledge of the jungle, Mowgli devises a series of traps to outsmart the tiger. The wolves, along with Bagheera and Baloo, rally behind him, ready to fight for their home. Shere Khan arrives, his eyes blazing with hatred. The jungle grows still as the final confrontation begins. Mowgli lures Shere Khan into a narrow ravine, where the tiger is trapped by the jungle's natural barriers. Mowgli's traps spring into action, disorienting Shere Khan and forcing him toward a cliff's edge. In a climactic battle, Mowgli sets fire to the trees, using the red flower to drive Shere Khan back. The tiger, blinded by his rage and fear of fire, charges at Mowgli. But in his fury, Shere Khan makes a fatal mistake and falls from the cliff, disappearing into the abyss below. The jungle is silent once more, and Shere Khan's reign of terror is over. With Shere Khan defeated, Mowgli stands victorious among his family and friends. The jungle, once threatened, is safe again. Mowgli, now a hero in the eyes of the wolves, must make a choice. Bagheera reminds him that the man village is still an option, but Mowgli, confident in his place in the jungle, chooses to stay with his wolf family. As the sun sets over the jungle, Mowgli looks out over his home, a place of beauty and danger, joy and sorrow. He is no longer a boy struggling to belong. He is Mowgli, the heart of the jungle,